Hi, I'm Katie, your safety trainer, and in today's video, we'll be talking about attic safety guidelines. Ordinary attics, and even crawl spaces, are considered confined spaces, and that means they come with certain risks every time you enter them. Not all confined spaces are the same though. There are permit-required confined spaces and non-permit required confined spaces, and they each carry different types of hazards. Train, track, remind. Train, track, remind. Do it! Train, track, and remind. Safety training doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. With GotSafety Lite, you get unlimited access to over 2,000 professionally made safety videos, all in English and Spanish, for just $10 a month. No contracts, no hidden fees, just simple, effective training. But maybe you need more than just videos. With our full GotSafety app, our learning management system, you can train, track, and remind your employees automatically. And what if you've already spent tens of thousands of dollars building your own learning management system? We get it. You don't have to start over. We can supply the content so you can keep using the system you've already paid for. But here's the kicker. If there's a video you need that we don't have, we'll make it for you at no cost because we're that confident you'll love GotSafety. 3 ways to get the training you need. 1 place to get it all. GotSafety, train, track, and remind. Most attics fall into the non-permit required category, but that doesn't mean they're hazard-free. It simply means they don't contain the specific, high-risk conditions that would require a permit to enter. Attics are, by definition, considered confined spaces. Even so, most attic spaces fall into the non-permit required category. This is usually because they have some level of natural or mechanical ventilation, which helps prevent hazardous atmospheres from building up. They also typically don't contain the kinds of serious hazards you would find in permit-required spaces. Things like agitators, rotating shafts, blades, or other dangerous moving parts. Most of the time, an attic simply doesn't have those higher risk conditions, but it still needs to be approached with care. When you're working in a non-permit required attic, there are several safe work practices you need to follow to protect yourself and the people around you. As you climb up into the space, remember that ladders always require 3 points of contact. That simple habit reduces your chance of slipping before you even enter the attic. Once you're inside, the clothing and protective equipment you wear makes a big difference. A long-sleeve shirt, gloves, and pants helps protect your skin from irritation. A hard hat can keep your head safe from protruding nails, and a respirator helps protect you from airborne fibers. You should also wear safety glasses or goggles to shield your eyes from dust and debris. Before any work starts, temporary platforms with rails should be installed whenever possible. These platforms encourage you to stay on stable surfaces and avoid stepping anywhere other than a truss or a joist. In some attics, additional ventilation or even air monitoring may be necessary, especially if the environment feels stuffy or you notice signs of poor airflow. As you move around, take a moment to visually check any wooden components for signs of rot before placing weight on them. Good lighting is also important, so make sure the attic is bright enough for you to see clearly during the entire task. If you can avoid disturbing the insulation, that's even better. Leaving it alone reduces the amount of dust, mold, or fibers that can get stirred up into the air. Attics can get extremely hot in warm weather, so you'll want to drink plenty of water and take regular breaks to avoid heat illness. You might also place a drop cloth under the attic hatch before you start working to catch dust or fibers that fall through, which makes cleanup much easier afterward. When you're finished, try not to spread attic dust or fibers to the rest of the house, garage, or facility. That means avoiding clean areas until you've brushed off or changed clothes. Don't shake off your clothes or tools indoors, since that only spreads particles into the air. Instead, step outside or go to a designated area where you can safely brush off or change before moving on to your next task. To wrap things up, attic safety is something that's often overlooked, but it's incredibly important. These spaces may seem simple, but they come with their own set of hazards, which is why following all applicable safety guidelines is essential every time you enter one. Taking the right precautions helps protect you, your coworkers, and the rest of the facility. That's all for today's lesson. If you like this video, look for us on social media. And remember, stay safe out there. Would require. blades, or other dangerous moving parts.
Yeah, it's just chilling on my bra.
I
Sorry, Katie.
totally good.